If you think Greece is only about romance, you're wrong. And I know that because it ended up being one of the most meaningful trips of my life. After I stopped waiting and bought my home, I told my daughter it was time for a real trip. I told her to choose anywhere she wanted to go. When she said Greece, I was all in. Greek mythology, the Acropolis, those whitewashed buildings with blue domes. This had been my dream since I was a kid. But the reactions from people, just you two? Aren't you scared? Why don't you wait until you have a husband or more people to go with? And I remember thinking, why is waiting always the answer? So we booked it anyway. Did I know what I was doing at the time? Not really, but I learned a lot. And I remember landing in Athens thinking, okay, if something goes wrong, I am the adult in charge. And that was big. But the next morning we walked up to the Acropolis, and I'm not gonna cry, but standing there, looking at something that I had dreamed about for so long, and so had she. We both looked at each other with tears in our eyes. Not because it was romantic, but because we were there and we did that. We wandered through Plaka, ate some of the best food that I've ever had, flew to Santorini, and randomly met a local who connected us to a flying dress photo shoot that I always had thought was for other people. Turns out, it wasn't. And then the island of Crete. Little convertible, beaches that honestly blew our minds. And the whole time, I kept waiting for something to go sideways because it was just us. But it never did. And if it had, we could have handled it. That trip wasn't just magical. It was proof. Proof that maybe we don't have to wait for the perfect situation or the perfect person before we start living the life we want. And I'm so glad that my daughter got to see that. And once I realized all of this, I got braver. Greece showed me that I didn't have to wait. Iceland showed me there's a whole other way to travel.